to a YouTube video which has been many months in the making. And actually I'm lying. The reason I've not made a video lately is because, as some of you know, I recently had to go into a hospital for major surgery. It was a long time recovery, including a couple of visits back into the hospital to stay because things haven't gone as well as we thought. But anyway, I'm back now. This is my first video, which is pickups. Now, this includes a lot of stuff I got before the operation, but was not well enough to make a video. So I can't give dates and prices on anything, and to be honest, I don't think people really care. But I'll start with what I got. I picked up a Sony PS1, which is the small one. There's two 4 meg unofficial memory cards in there. They're the 4-page ones, the switchable banks. Now, I did actually have one of these, but the laser was broken. And when Bobby, who, as you may recall, occasionally does videos, came up a couple of weeks ago, he switched the laser over into this one, and he's took the other one and he will repair it because he has plenty of lasers at his house. It was very cheap. I think I actually picked that up for £1. Now, the second system I picked up, this one, I've been after one of these for quite a while, but I had never actually seen one out in the wild. This was it was on a car boot sale, and I know the price I got this for because of the state it's in. It's just dusty and old. It's a Philips Video Pack G7000, which was also called in America, if I think rightly, the Magnavox Odyssey 2. All controls are there. The only problem is that I don't have any cartridges for it at the moment. I did try to plug it in, and what happens is it comes up with a jumbled screen of just different little sprites here and there. So I assume it works. Now, if somebody does have one of these, I would be grateful if you could try it without a cartridge in and let me know what happens. Now, that's pretty much it for systems, other than these. Now, 2 of these were a gift from Bobby when he came up again last week. I've been collecting the TV plug-and-play games. The first one is Classic Arcade Pinball. It does have sort of a motion feature where you can tilt the table, which is basically just a ball bearing in it. But the games on it are excellent. It is very playable, and I have sat for hours at a time playing this game. It is that good. The second one, which came from Bobby, and this one is absolutely fantastic. I don't actually know who makes this one. Yes, I did. No, it just says Plug Play TV Games. Ah, there we go. It's by Jax. It's a Star Wars plug and play in the shape of R2-D2. Now, there's 4 games on this, and they are pretty good renditions of what could have been 8-bit NES games. There's a lightsaber fight where, for some strange reason, your first fight, you are Luke, dressed in black a la Return of the Jedi, and you're fighting Obi-Wan on the original Death Star. Strange, but there's also an X-Wing scrolling shoot-'em-up. There's the Endor speeder bike chase, which is strange because there's no Ewoks and there's no traps. I was expecting it to be more like the Return of the Jedi game, which was released in the arcade. And the last one, which is the strangest one, you are a sole rebel commander on Hoth, running between 4 different gun outposts to shoot the ATSTs and snowtroopers coming towards you. It's still very playable and very good. The last system I picked up, now this one I know for a fact there will be a comment down there coming from Bobby calling me all sorts for this. We went to my local flea market, the Tatty Market I call it, and we got to this one stall, and I was walking in front and we both spied this at the same time. Now, I'm pretty much have severe disabilities and I have to walk with a walking stick. and Bobby tried to climb over my back to get to this. It's the Atari paddle plug and play. There is 12 games on it, if I recall correctly, and also 2 direct arcade ports of Warlords and Pong. It's got games on like Circus, oh, what the hell, Night Driver. There's others. But the good thing about it is, you can actually go into the menu and you can alter the dip switches on the arcade versions of the machines. It was quite an eye-opener to see how many options were given for, it must have been a later release of Pong and Warlords. But that is fantastic, and that I know I picked up for £1 because I just said to the girl on the stall, I said, how much for this daft little games thing, whatever it is? I mean, I knew perfectly well. I said, £1? She went, yeah, go on then. So that I was happy with. Bobby was not. Now on to the mixed other stuff. I've got Enter the Matrix for the PS2. Now the reason I've got this is my nephew has just bought a PS3, copying off me because that's another thing. I've also I've got a PS3 now as well. I'll probably do the games I have for it in a different video because they're a little harder to explain. And he picked this up. Now his is the new 250 gig slim, where mine is the original 60 gig fat. So mine plays PS2 and PS1 games, his doesn't. He picked this up, he bought this, because he likes the game, and it didn't work on his, so he gave it to me. The next one we have a game I've been after for quite a while, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire on the N64. Now the reason these came about is because I now have 3 Xbox 360s, all with problems. 2 have Red Ring of Death and 1 has E74. I will be showing you the room as I've tidied it up in a little bit. I'll show you the 3 of them. I intend to fully get one of them working, but I want to get some like decent Arctic Silver thermal paste, because when we tried it before we used some cheap or generic stuff and it just E74 straight away again. The problem with this is there is no instructions and there is no cardboard. It is just purely cart and box, but I don't care because I love that game so much. The only other one I want now is Rogue Squadron. I picked up some Master System games. I got Spider-Man, which I haven't really had a chance, well, to be honest, I haven't had a chance to play a lot of this stuff because of the way I've been feeling and the medication I'm on. It was quite enjoyable from what I played. It's not, obviously, it's not that good graphically, but playability was quite interesting. RC Grand Prix. Now, this was a game I actually held out a lot of hope for and was disappointed when I played it. I was expecting something more along the lines of rock and roll racing, and this, I don't know, it was a little bit meh. I'll give it another go and maybe he's enjoyed a bit more. And Outrun for the Master System, which is another one towards the complete Outrun collection I'm trying for. This was a trade from the Retro Gamer Forum, which again you can find a link to down there, because I suggest everybody goes and visits that because it is a fantastic little forum. Very good, musically very good, despite the fact it was basically a chiptune. Playability, excellent. There are certain noticeable things like there is no water on the beach part. You don't get the columns on the second right part, but still a very good game, and as I said, one more towards the Outrun collection. I picked up a boxed VMU for my Dreamcast, tried it, the saves work. So far the screen doesn't work, but I don't have any of the CR2032 batteries to replace it with yet. I think that's all it can be really. This I was quite happy with because I really enjoyed the game on the Mega Drive, and that's Mickey Mouse Land of Illusion. Oh no, I'm actually thinking of Castle. Is it Castle of Illusion on the Mega Drive? But this is fully boxed. It doesn't come with instructions, unfortunately, but it's still sealed on the inside with the original like cardboard insert, which held the cartridges in place. Picked that up for £1. Next, I am also trying to collect the Jungle Strike series, well, the Strike series across all formats. I already own Urban Strike on the Saturn, and I've got Desert Strike already on the Mega Drive, and I think I've got one on the SNES. This one, I picked up the original Jungle Strike, complete in box, excellent condition. Unfortunately, whoever played it couldn't play it because the save games are absolutely terrible. Speaking of Saturn, I picked up Sega Manx Superbike TT, which for some reason I can't get to work properly. The memory cartridge what's in my Saturn, it keeps complaining about. Now, I haven't tried it without the memory card in. It keeps saying that there's data on there what needs to be removed. Now, I've formatted the card, and I actually formatted the internal memory on the Saturn, and still no joy. I'll try it again. And a game I wanted for a long time. It was for sale in my local Chips, but I didn't want to pay the price he had it up for. Now, these came about because, as I was saying, I've got the broken 360s, and I had extra joypads. I had the guitar controller for Guitar Hero, things which never got used, so I took them in and traded them, and I got quite a lot of stuff back in trade. Now, this, like I say, I was looking forward to this, and I can't wait to actually to take the time to give it a good playthrough, and that is D. Now, I know that D2 came out on the PlayStation, or was it the PlayStation 2? If I enjoyed the game enough, I will hunt that one down as well. I also picked, oh, there we go, we got Double Dragon, the original one for the Game Boy, which despite what I've been reading, because I've been reading through some old Games TM and Edge magazine, and despite what I've read on there about the portable versions, I actually think the Game Boy version was the best portable version. It just seemed to be the most faithful of any of the reproductions of it. But that was £1, I think. This was something I missed out quite a while back. This again, this came from Bobby. Now, this is I'm going to take it as it's a Japanese cartridge. It's a Super 64 in 1. Does have a few commercial releases on, but it seems to be like there's a lot of homebrew stuff on here as well, and it has things like Popeye, Gallagher, Pac-Man, Mappies on there, but a lot of them are the same iteration. You've got like Super Tank 1, Super Tank 2, and Super Bomberman 2, which I assume weren't even legitimate games. I'll leave that one to last because I didn't know something about this game. I picked this up purely for the kitsch value after watching an Angry Video Game Nerd's video of it, and that is Home Alone 2. It's terrible. It is really terrible. It's worse than James actually makes out. I picked up, and again, this was purely due to AVGN review, Terminator 2. Now, this has the little rainbow of death on, the LJN symbol, but I actually think the game is not too bad. It's certainly playable, and again, it's another one I do look forward to giving a proper go at.